Hey guys, I'm Dimension Jumper and today I'll be reviewing Persona 5 Tactica Repaint Your Heart, which was released on the same day as Persona 5 Tactica, which is around the 17th of November of this year. Now, the main plot of this story is that Joker, Akechi and Kasumi are brought into this other world and they are asked to help change the heart of the person whose world or cognitive world they've been brought into. And yeah, and this in terms of story, this is like kind of similar but different to the base game, but also as well as the Persona 5 Royal and Strikers, in the sense that you're asked to change the heart of someone and you're in another completely different world. And what I like about this is that you're now you can now play as either Akechi and Kasumi, and yeah, and I think this is a really cool add-on bit of DLC, because like with the base game of Tactica, where in terms of the events that happen, this takes place around Christmassy time. I think either during, I think after the Alabama fight, and I think as well as maybe after the final, like the new palace in Royal, or before that particular one, with Repaint Your Hearts, that takes place around the events of Sai's Palace. So before the big reveal of the traitor, I think before you find out about Kasumi helping you out in that bit of the game and stuff like that, and I think that's really cool. And I think it's a nice bit of world building, and just having to play the game and just seeing this in the whole like Persona 5 timeline thing, because I've played I've played through some of it with myself, and I've played it again, a majority of it with a friend of mine. And we were talking about it, and like if you look at the timeline, it goes Persona 5, then you've got Repaint Your Hearts, and then you've got the base game of Persona 5 up until Sai's Palace, or during Sai's Palace, and then you've got Repaint Your Hearts, then you've got Sai's Palace up until like about around Christmassy time, then you've got Tactica, and then you've got Strikers, and then you've got the dancing games, and that's kind of awesome. Like when you kind of look at the timeline, and yeah, now it's time for some gameplay. So Persona 5 Tactica, or Repaint Your Heart, is kind of similar to the main game of Tactica, where you have like your base and stuff you can do to prepare yourself. So, but one of the main differences is that in Repaint Your Heart you don't have the Velvet Room, so that's one thing you don't have. But you still can get personas from the different fights, and all of them have like their own moves and stuff like that. And you can also get specific skills. So these are sort of like some of the skills. A lot of them are similar, but they're all I don't know, almost forgot to Kasumi. They're all very different in terms of like moves, but they are, but like in the base game, each character has their own specific ones, but also have their own. But all of them have their own unique moves, and they'll help them in specific fights and stuff like that. And a lot of the cutscenes are kind of the same. Like it's kind of like the sort of like light novel-y type stuff, which I think is nice. And I do like all the character designs, and they do have some like animated type parts of the cutscene and stuff like that, which I think is quite nice. But I think it would have been cool to have at least seen what was going on sometimes, like seeing the characters do some of the specific bits maybe. But yeah, I'm going to quickly show you the actual gameplay and how it works. So the battle is, it's got some of the similar things in this in the base game that it has in this part of the game, but it's slightly different. So this is kind of like, because when I first played the game, or this part of the game, it was kind of like I thought it was like Splatoon, and one of the main differences is that if I try and get close to this enemy, I can't really use my gun or my persona. But whenever I am out of the paint, I can use my persona and my guns. So let's use my gun. And if you attack an enemy or a piece of paint or bit of paint, or a can of paint, you can like get more paint, and you can use your persona. You can use your persona and stuff. So yes, and liking the base game, both Akechi and Kasumi have abilities based on their specific things. So apart from that, it's pretty much similar to the base game, but with some minor changes. So that's been it for the gameplay. Now let's go back to the review. So what I like about this DLC is that it's very different gameplay-wise when it comes to the base game of Tactica, because with both Tactica and Repaint Your Heart, it's they're very similar. Well, they're pretty the same, and they've got a lot of the pretty much copy paste the same mechanics and stuff. But with Repaint Your Heart, as I said in the gameplay part of this review, is that that the paint, depending on where you are, you can't really use your personas or any other abilities, and yeah, I think that adds more to the gameplay loop, and more about strategizing and just using different tactics to play through the game and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a nice new fresh sort of way of playing the game in ways that you might not have thought of before if you're playing through the main game of Tactica. So overall, I would say that Repaint Your Heart is a nice bit of DLC. I do like a lot of the sort of twists and turns that this DLC brings. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't played through it yet. But yeah, overall, I would say that it's a nice, fun bit of DLC, and I think it brings a lot of new ways of playing Tactica as a whole. So yeah, and also I do enjoy both Akechi and Kasumi in the game, because I think they're a nice bit of they're quite nice additions to the game, and I do like how their Phantom Thief outfits are designed in this version of the game, because in the original Persona 5 as well as Royal, they look Phantom Thievery, but in this game, even though they're the same outfits, they look more, again, a lot more cartoony and a lot more cooler. I think they're cool. They're slightly cool, but also very small, and as I said before, they look kind of chibi. I think that animation style. I think so. Yeah. So that's been my review for Persona 5 Tactica Repaint Your Hearts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.